Meeting your first player from China, WANG Yidi. And her opponent from China, your world number one, Yingsha.
Yingsha, baby Buddha, Yingsha has casually strolled in to the infinite world of table tennis inside the Infinity Arena. Yingsha, the world number one, versus WANG Yidi, a match that promises to be exciting, and if not, I can tell you, Kwaiman will be waiting for a very informed winner here. It's a best of 7 battle. First player to win 4 games, played to 11 points, must win by 2, will win the match. Man, Yingsha has been unstoppable. I'm going to tell you a little tale real quickly. The tale of the table. Look at this WTT head-to-head. 8 times they've played, just more than half favoring Yingsha. 5 out of the 8. Highest world ranking, she's been there, parked at the top for nearly 2.5 years now. That WTT record strong on both sides, but Yingsha tough to get in front of in that way. Nico Zorn, our umpire for the match, will be taking care of the coin toss to determine where the players stand and who serves.
Green for you. Yellow for you. Green, Wang won the toss. You chose receive. You stay on that side.
So here's a little smash back, or a champions back, if you will. The last time they met was the Champions Macau 2024. Exciting times, no doubt about it. Yingsha was strong. You can see here, tied up in games. Tight fight in the 6th. Heavy spin comes in, no problem. Shredded by Yingsha. Right on top of that bounce. And here with 6 match points, championship points, she took the title. So under pressure, this is 1 round earlier here in the women's singles semifinals. I'm your commentator, Adam Bobrow, and co-commentator, friend, fellow table tennis evangelist with me, Fraser Riley. Good to be working with you again.
Great to be with you again, Adam. I've been looking forward to this, and what a match we have on our hands here.
Can't wait, an exciting one. The world ranked number 1 at 24 years old has 13 titles to her name. You just saw Kwaiman play. She's already waiting. We'll talk about that in a bit, but here's who she shredded through. Sehyeon, 37-year-old chopper. 3-0, a bagel for Miyu Kihara, bagel for Sofia Polkanova, and a bagel for He Zhuo-Jia, the bagel dispenser herself.
Crazy, yeah, beating that European champion in straight games. He Zhuo-Jia defeated Shin Yubin and Miwa Haramoto, so that one especially impressive. Look at the head-to-head here, a little teaser for you.
And the reason there's a discrepancy there is because the head-to-head you saw was WTT only. We are in the WTT era after all, and it is getting bigger and better all the time. Talk to me about this world rank number 3.
Yeah, she's 3 years older than Yingsha, Wang Yidi, 27 years of age, 7 career titles, and this is her run through. She beat the Korean Park Pratika Pavard, who had nearly defeated her at the Saudi Smash, Diaz, who's such a creative player as well, and Ito, who had defeated Chen Yi, a former finalist of this event.
It's funny, I saw Mima Ito's mom right after that victory, and her sparring partner for that matter, and I just said, "How are you?" And she was like, "Fire, fire," and she was shaking. I said, "What?" And then she was trying to tell me that Mima Ito was on fire.
Oh, no, there was a fire. Okay.
No, everything's safe here. Good times. But in terms of money, $1.5 million, 2,000 points to the champion, the best equipment in the world. Recognize those flowers in the hair? Yingsha fans loving those cheeks. As Yingsha would say, they are so pinchable. The fan vote, 77%.
Level.
Arguably the most popular player in the game, man or woman, at this point in time. So she dries her hand on the table that she will do her best to continue owning. She's rented it for 2.5 years, and she doesn't seem to be moving anywhere anytime soon. The angles on this, how fast is that?
Stunning shot there from Sun. Wang with a decent switch. He knows that switching the direction of play It's going to be key, but so prepared there. Sun.
Stop. No flash, please.
Somewhat. You left me in suspense.
One love.
You said some, right?
No,
Stop.
Sun.
Sun, oh, Sun Yingsha, my
Sorry.
bad. No, it's good.
My Yorkshire accent.
One
I'm working
love.
on my ear. My ear's at fault here. 1 point to the world #1 to start.
Stop.
Oh my goodness.
No flash, please.
Can a fan get carded?
Let.
Oh my God.
One
I want to
love.
see it. If it's the same fan, that right there is a yellow-red. It costs the fan a point.
Yeah.
Which could be dangerous when you're battling against Shasha and Wang Yidi.
Yeah, especially on receive.
Love.
Speed, spin,
Two.
and placement. Honestly, Fraser, you just called the Kwai-Man match. Watching her play, it just seems like, how can anyone in the world beat her? And then you've got world #1 here. Will they meet? Is it destiny?
Love.
Well, I'll
Three.
tell you what, and I'm not going to reference the Olympics obviously too much, but with the new Olympic reset, you know, Kwai-Man is the one really that I think Sun Yingsha will have her eye on in the next few years as someone coming up.
Say it again, I dare you.
Let. Love. 3.
This is the same point value, just for the record. 4 grand smashes this year, 2025, the first year to have 4.
Let. Love. 3.
Every single one worth 2,000 points, the same as the summertime every 4-year occasion.
Yeah.
4.
The touch,
Love.
leaving it short, right off the bounce. Shasha's got the feeling.
Yeah, leaves it inside the table here, dangling. Wang Yidi trying to come through the back with a slap. She flat hits fairly often actually for a Chinese A-lister, Wang Yidi, especially on the backhand.
5. Love.
Yeah, to my memory in the short game, although a flick on the forehand, it's tough to generate spin in general. Just a reminder how packed the house is here. So not a point dropped yet, although we did see a 7-0 lead that was taken back not so long ago.
Love. 6.
We saw this kind of shot making against He Jia, which, you know, with He Jia's equipment style, can happen a bit more often than what Wang Yidi can with this block. But again, she's just in her flow state, Sun. Doesn't seem like she's overthinking anything, and Wang Yidi already looks fairly ruffled.
Out of the first towel break, nothing ruffled on the world #1. This is a nice
6.
way to enter the scoreboard, and it just goes to show you how much work it's going to be to get that one starting point on the board.
Sun Yingsha looked like she was almost teasing, taunting Wang Yidi there, just taking all the pace off the backhand, saying, go on then, you hit it. You hit it if you really want to. I like that.
7-1.
Don't get me wrong, this is an amazing match, and as it develops, this best of 7, I know I'll start forgetting the match we just saw, but tactically, Chun Shing Tong and Kwai-Man was thrilling to watch.
Yeah, both just constantly reinventing themselves throughout the match. It's amazing to call.
7-2.
So a few human moments here. Reminder that Sun Yingsha is beatable, as she has a 5-point lead after 9 points played. You saw their last encounter, Frankfurt champions, end of last year. 4-2 victory. Not a walk in the park.
2.
Yeah, that was
8.
actually the last event that Wang Yidi won. It's been some time for her. She's reached finals on a consistent basis, but
2023 Frankfurt.
yeah,
Wow.
been a while.
To be world #3 and to be deprived of a title for that long
2-9.
is an unusual situation you can imagine. Well, I imagine. I don't know. It just seems a little bit striking. It speaks to how many strong players there are, especially with the He Jia, world #30, taking down 2 in the top 10.
10-2.
Speaking of 10, we've got 10-2 here. 8 game points for Shasha. Might want to film that in 60 frames per second if you want to see Shasha move.
11.
Well, she moves on through to game number 2, 11-2. That is quite a statement. The level of focus here, it's a fine balance. Good amount of side spin on that shovel serve with barely any follow through.
Yeah, it's a very handcuffing serve. We actually saw Chen Qintong bring that one out against Kwai Man. Unbelievable start here from Sun. 11-2.
So a little look here at the winning balls from Xia. That one deep to the wide forehand. But other than that, I mean, she's mixing it up quite well. Short forehand side, you've got two way in near the net. And backhand to backhand is common. There's Coco Chanel, the brand name himself. That's Cho Yi-ke showing you his new Bruce Lee jacket. Nice. No need to show off, though. Calm down, Coco. It's funny when you know you're on TV and you're so good at
Second
acting
game,
that you pretend like you don't.
serve, level.
So back for game number 2. Xia still hasn't dropped a game this event. And Fraser, you say that's quite unique at a smash?
Yeah, I think she'd be the first to ever reach a final without dropping a game at smash.
Love 1.
Came close at the last edition, but she lost to Chen Qintong in the quarterfinals, actually. She'd never lost before a quarterfinal of a WTT event, before she lost to Chen Qintong again, but at the finals Fukuoka last season.
2 love.
Right here gliding on those light feet, sunshine on the shoes, keeps them hot and moving quickly. Slapped inside the wrist. Again, it's a tough shot to get much wrist on. It's nice to see such high numbers there on the scoreboard. In terms of their rankings, 1 and 3, 2 of the best in the world, with world number 2 out of the race.
3
Courtesy
love.
of yesterday's birthday girl, Kwai Man.
Yeah, that was an outstanding result. 3-0. Not many saw that coming.
The defending champion will have to wait till next year for a Singapore smash. But again, 3 more smashes this year. Welcome to the United States and Sweden this year.
Love 4.
Fraser, where do you stand on the brain in the vat conversation? Are we experiencing life? Is Xia living in the Matrix? Does she just see everything faster than everybody?
Is she even here right now? Or is she just already in the future looking back? It does seem
4.
like she's on a different wavelength mentally here. You know, it's not often you see a player like Wang Yidi left as a passenger in a match, and if anyone can do that, it's Sun Yingsha.
Let 1 4.
It's so amazing that they can feel. Xia plays the ball back a little bit high. Wang Yidi knows that wasn't a competitive shot. There must have been a let. Nothing needed to be said.
5-1.
You can see how Wang Yidi's making a few errors when the ball's put tight to her forehand, and I know you call it the beware of dog sign. How good you know your shot has to be to finish the point against Sun Yingsha.
Yeah, you won't hear me use that word too often as we look at the serve success here. 88.8. 8 of every 9 serves, Xia wins to the 1 of every 5 for Wang Yidi. Yeah, credit to Xia to be so prepared at the table.
6-1.
Yeah, Wang Yidi might not be making the shot, but that's because Xia has such good answers. The placement is just high enough to beg the attack, but make sure that it's low enough that Xia's in position for a good answer. So only 1 point for Wang Yidi, Xia with the rest. If this were a pizza party, you'd say, give me more than a slice here. Come on.
I know, right?
Leave me something, Xia.
Feeding off the scraps here, Wang. I mean, and peripherally, Wang is looking for any weakness, any obvious opening, but the beauty's in the simplicity. Sun never overcomplicates her motion of her body or her shot.
1-8.
It's funny, hard work A lot of people, we all want shortcuts. Work is no fun. But I think I saw a video yesterday of Shasha's best friend, I'm told, Hudwo Ja, crying out of tears of joy watching Shasha take a big title.
Wow.
8-2.
It was actually Hudwo Ja who fell at the hands of her, her Maji, her closest friend, let's say. They play for the same team, so spent a lot of time together.
Yeah.
There it is. Cracking
8-3.
backhand, finds a little opening and squeaks through before the door shuts.
Still, you can see a little bit of resentment from Wang Yidi. She's frustrated that that's the sort of first bit of respite she's sort of felt here against Sun, who's still obviously in the driving seat here, should finish this by her standards. Just the extra bit of quality in each and every shot makes such a huge difference. You know, the tightness of the serve, the lowness to the net, everything.
I don't know if you think about this, but when we come into the week, we look at the narrative, we see these pictures on WTT social media. Is there going to be a world number one, a new one? Wang Manyu versus Yingsha. And then when youngster, now 21-year-old Kwai Man comes through and dominates the world number 2, it almost feels like she's taken over the role. It's destiny that she would be in the final, and she's there. The question is, will world number 1 join her? 7 game points for a 2-0 lead.
10.
Soft hands, good touch. Wang Yidi keeping it uncomfortable at the baseline. Long way to go, though.
Yeah, there is, but it's certainly looking like it at this point in time. I feel like if you were sat in my chair with John in that match, you would have been saying the exact same things as me there. It just felt like destiny that they'd meet.
10-5.
Good turn here on a serve that's just barely long. Okay, a little more. Looking to maybe get her into the elbow to play a weaker backhand, but smart, fast footwork there and smart play to turn for the forehand. Couple of game points saved. 5 more to go.
Let 10-5.
Get ready, there it is. Peekaboo hand.
11-5.
And Shasha 11-5. Still a dominant game, although the way things are going, Wang Yidi would lose the next game and win the 4th. Time will tell. It doesn't always work. We can recognize patterns that aren't really there, or just could be. We'll see. The world number 1 showing and proving her world ranking. Shasha's serving. Her service game is so good. Sometimes it doesn't have to be flashy. This is the most common serve. The first serve that you learn anytime you get a coach. The pendulum serve, it's simple. But that third ball, anything that sets it up for you. Here's a look at the serve placement. Shasha heavy to the middle, deep to the backhand, baseline. What do you make of that, Fraser?
Yeah, Adam, so I mean, most of those pendulum serves going into the short middle to make it a guessing game for Wang Yidi. Should I try and trap the spin on the serve with my forehand touch? Or should I push long with the forehand? Or should I try and come in with my backhand flick? That seems to be the sort of intent behind the Sun Yingsha serve, and we see that with a lot of pros at this level.
Level.
It's funny, in the women's game we see more backhand-to-backhand rallies, but Shasha pivots so quickly and her forehand is so dangerous that she can pull it out to play more often.
Let no flash, please.
Good call, Wang Yidi. You. Let's leave no doubt here.
Love all.
The person next to her is like, oh, mine's already off. Me too on the other side.
Love
It's amazing.
1.
I was just walking through back to the commentary booth after a little break, and There's fans who've purchased VIP tickets just to be able to get a closer shot of Sun Yingsha. It's crazy.
They get a lot more than that, actually, depending on where they're sitting.
Stop.
I mean, the
No flash,
Infinity
please.
Lounge has been incredible.
Yeah.
I know there are different levels of levels here, but the Infinity Lounge, you have wait staff waiting on you, bringing you like beautiful hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
1-all.
Now, I want to talk about the first point here. I found it quite interesting. Tactically, Wang Yidi is going to have to find some answers. It's never easy. My question to you is, what do you think would help her chances?
Let me think about that while I watch this next point.
Sure, take your time.
2-1.
For me, I feel like Wang Yidi's better chance is to dominate more over the table with a backhand from the middle. I feel as though she likes to start the rally actually with the backhand. A bit different from Sun, so maybe adjusting the service position could help Wang Yidi.
The defense keeps her in it for a while, stays afloat, but has to back up. And Wang Yidi, fast feet to keep the forehand on top of the bounce.
In previous occasions, I've seen her serve the shovel serve from the middle or from her forehand side into Sun's tight forehand. And that helps her get that backhand over the table, but didn't see it there.
1-4.
And when the serve placement, we didn't see any percentages where that ball bounced. Fast long to the deep backhand corner. Remember, it was surrounded by a 25, a 25, and a 37 in the middle. So this is something new. Xia has got some long sleeves, figuratively, in terms of what's up them.
Let
Literally, they're the
1-4.
same length as every other player on the team because she's humble.
Sun was fancying herself backhand to backhand, and you can't blame her, seeing as how dominant the first two games were. So she's inviting the Wang Yidi backhand with those long serves and wideness of serve into backhand. But now we might have to see something different because Wang's looking better in that area of engagement.
An ever-evolving game of covering your tracks, table tennis, playing the pattern as long as you can before the opponent catches on.
6-1.
Good movement here. When I think of Wang Yidi, I'll tell you, in the past few years, since 2021 in Houston, the way she moves and recovers, she's just got a lot of power, very strong base, and she's finding some answers here. Scoreboard, quite compelling.
Wow, first ball, she contacted it so finely.
This to me was, hey, Hina Hayata, thank you very much for the lesson. I will use that moving forward.
Well put there, and you're referencing that epic in Durban.
That's right, 2023. One of the best matches in modern history.
2-7.
And I saw it from Tong Tong as well, and Kwai Man. I would have been really curious to hear your commentary. I was sitting just out of earshot. But Tong Tong forced herself to slow down in ways because Kwai Man was just too fast. In the end, Kwai Man pulled through.
7.
Gets her up on 1 foot and never lets her settle back down in this rally.
Yeah, I mean, the sooner that you can sort of embrace the fact that you're losing a particular, area of engagement, the better. And maybe this is the moment where Sun changes something even more drastically. Let's see. But this is the Wang Yidi that we know and love here. You talk about the low center of gravity. Really helps her make this backhand to forehand transition here.
Good side swipe on that inside-out forehand with a lot of forward motion. And speaking of momentum, 6 of the last 8 points for world number 3, Wang Yidi. Beautiful parallel backhand. You want to slap your fingers right now, don't you?
Yeah,
a little bit of
absolutely do. Watch this. My goodness, she was leaning quite drastically to the right when she played that, I think to try and misguide Wang.
I think it's fair to say this girl is on fire. Mimi Ito's mom would say the same. Minori, that is. She has a name too. Oh, inside the table, side and topspin. Wang Yidi steals this, eagle eyes to recognize the opportunity here. And to execute, it is the hand from heaven.
9-5.
Nice shovel serve. It almost looks like she lets it roll off as the racket's moving by, and a little slap on the face from Wang Yidi here, as if to say, come on, you know better.
Keep your posture on your shots, even though you're nearly there.
9,
you know, but that's the
6.
moment, isn't it? Or the moments that you're more likely to fumble.
If there were a coach on the bench, I think there'd be a timeout right now. Ooh, time to reflect. That was pretty cool. Camera work. Man, it's like an art exhibit here and a table tennis show all in one, and a party. It's everything.
Yeah, it's a carnival for table tennis.
There
6,
it is.
10.
Okay, this was interesting for me. In the men's game, a player probably would have waited a second longer to go around the net. In the women's game, from time to time, someone will try. Wang Yidi goes safe, secure, spins it low to the net, and sets up 4 game points.
7-10.
But even though she's in the lead here, still feeling a little bit of a momentum switch, which could have an impact in the next game. Sun wanting to end the game as strong as she can, even if she ends up losing it. Not thinking ahead either.
10-8.
Third towel break, no timeout called yet. Sha fans fill the stadium. Over the years, Fraser, we've seen some big comebacks from down 0-2. Coming to mind, at least in terms of going to the decider, Dima versus Fan Jiandong many times, or at least memorably, similar scoreline. Liang Jingquin, here it is. Lin Shidong and Liang Jingquin. Don't remember the details, but regardless, at 2-2, 10-8 for Lin Shidong, Liang Jingquin came back. So with no coach on the bench, and the reason these players have no coaches is they're both playing for the same team, the most dominant team, Team China. So you were up 10-6. You were playing Sun Yingsha. Sun Yingsha wins 2 in a row. You're down 0-2, Fraser. What do you say to yourself in this timeout?
It's just a case of winning a point and just thinking about how you want to win that point. Trying to stay present, trying to stay calm. Here's a look at Sun's results. Flawless, basically, there. Winning the Star Contender Doha, Incheon, Chongqing, Macau, China Smash champion there.
So 3 championships, a Smash championship, and a Star Contender. The fact that she's even playing a Star Contender just goes to show you how intense the world of table tennis is. We've got a full calendar in 2025, and players will be fighting for any points they can get throughout the year.
10-8.
So 1 point needed. Wang Yidi has the serves.
Stop. No flash, please.
It's tough to stop all the admiration from the crowd here. 10 serving, 8 back from the timeout, Wang Yidi. This is an incredible shot. Not afraid of the edges here, the lines. Right on the red of that line, and 1 point right out of her opponent's timeout. 3rd game point saved for Sha.
It changes the way that she contacts the backhand, taking it a little bit further out in front with less sort of form motion. Make it tougher for Wang Yidi, not give her that pace to counter.
Into the middle of the table here. Took her chances. Sha with the soft hands. I love this table. You and I have had a chance to play on it, and the ball definitely answers to the table. 6 of the last 8 points to Sha, the world #1. When I say answers to the table, I mean when the ball has heavy spin, the table says, stay right here for a minute. Reminder of the momentum here. Deuce alternating serves until one player has a 2-point lead to take the game. Heavy spin here. Wang Yidi with a 5th game point. I'm just imagining a pendulum serve, half long, a little bit shorter on the forehand side with light topspin, and then follow with the forehand.
Please play.
That's part of the reason I gave that look when Wang Yidi took that last forehand.
Yeah.
I feel like she needs to try and make the rally short.
11-10.
It might involve a touch shot or two, but the first opening needs to be really specific.
Agreed.
This news just in, no flash photography. And she
12,
takes it.
10.
Didn't get the
Game
forehand.
one.
Xiaxia knows that Wang Yidi is strong in both wings and kept her pinned in the backhand, but it was the backhand that did it, so the timeout has been cashed in. Long push to the baseline, spin, the forward drive, getting on the balls of her feet, Wang Yidi forward, and now Baby Buddha trying to keep that chill. It is 2-1 for Xiaxia. You saw what Xiaxia took earlier. She had champion, or champion, as we say in Me Being Silly. Finalist all the way across. Singapore smash last year. WTT contender Tai Yuan, champions Macau.
Fourth game,
and you saw the
1 to
last.
serve, level.
So a lot of finals, but that's one step farther than where she is now. But with all the champions on that page for Yingsha, she is not easy to get through. There it is, forehand.
Love.
That said, after all this complimenting of Xiaxia, Wang Yidi has the momentum and has a game.
Yeah, this could be a bit of a turning point that we reference here. Talked about the head-to-head. This would be the 5th time in a row Sun would beat Wang Yidi if she gets through this challenge. And it is a challenge here.
No doubt about it. There it is throughout the arena. All you have to do is just talk to the fans and you're likely to get a Xiaxia poster from somebody. Generous and looking to spread that love for their favorite player. Wang Yidi keeping the fight alive though. Still midway through this match. There it is on top of the bounce. Not easy to get Xiaxia away from the table. And as fast as she is, it's just a lot of ground to cover against world number 3.
I can't tell whether it's just because, you know, Wang Yidi's a bit more consistent now with her execution, but it feels like we're seeing a lot more, should we say, common rallies between these players, backhand to backhand, an occasional switch. I want to see more pivoting here from both players.
2-0.
This is also not too bad on the eyes. A backhand like that to remind us what you're capable of if you work your entire life to be the best in the world. Start now. 3-year-olds, if you're watching. You think I'm kidding? It's not too young.
Yeah.
2-3.
Soft hands, half long, much like on a serve, leaving indecision on the other time. Wang Chuqin said it himself. Decision making, you can't hesitate for a moment. Table tennis is just too fast. You want to get good at something, do it more.
I like the intention there from Xiaxia. Tried to go straight into that wide forehand with a push. Serve made things tricky, but yeah, trying to open the table for herself as soon as possible. Wang Yidi is growing in confidence in the longer trades. I agree with you last game. I think Wang wanted to win the rally as soon as possible. It does vary, but I think now she's embracing the open play a bit better, Wang Yidi.
Turned and burned. Xiaxia thought she knew. There's a Mark Twain quote about this. The short of it is, as fast as you are, pivoting early, it's not what you don't know. It's what you think you know that just ain't so.
That's right.
That's paraphrased, but the point is, Wang Yidi's. Second time to that wide forehand line. Lightning striking, even if it's not as fast as lightning, the placement was precise. Whenever there's an ocean of fans for one side, don't you just want to hear some, like, someone with a voice crack shout for the other player really loud? I would be that person, but probably wouldn't look good.
5, 4.
Now notice in this rally that Xia stays a little bit more central on the table, uses her backhand with no intention to pivot. You can feel that she's been burned twice on the wide forehand, and she's not going to step around on the backhand side.
Went wide again, this time manages to find it. And that's not the first time we've seen Wang Yidi with a high-ish ball inside the table. Just not being able to fully connect that.
Credit to Xia. Spin, placement. Again, just high enough to get the opponent to go for the attack. And just perfectly placed enough that the ball's already dropped by the time she's there. And Xia's waiting on the other side.
5, 6.
Last game is crucial, no doubt about it, for Wang Yidi if she's going to make her campaign. You said the last 5 times in a row Xia won?
Yeah, that's right. Starting from the finals in Nagoya 2023. That was after Wang beat her in Frankfurt, and champions Yingsha on the semis, Saudi Smash semi, and Macau final that we saw earlier.
7, 5.
I don't know if you saw the Wang Chuqin interview about losing so much, and there was this element of hitting rock bottom that just gave him a sense of clarity and purpose. And as the Chinese team watches on from Li Dacheng, Liu Weishan, Shi Xunyao, the rest of the squad, Chen Tianyi in the back, Mima Ito seemed like a puzzle that had been solved by Team China, but she's still dangerous.
7,
And also, it's the
6.
next generation. Chen Tianyi was not part of the Zhu Yuling, Chen Meng era when Mima Ito really was like, hey everybody, I'm here.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the way Ito broke through, and Harano as well, 2017 Asian champs. We use that metaphor, prodding the bee's nest, the studyable material, the wall, and the Chinese training center, the big threats.
6, 8.
On the women's side, there was only one, at least in the Mima Ito era.
Yeah.
It's not easy with so many different opportunities and responsibilities to focus sometimes, but Team China knows it and knows it well. Mima Ito was the focus. They've got other focuses now. Nice change of pace,
8.
step behind the table. Xia using the in and out well to get within 1 point.
Creating that juxtaposition there, it's amazing. The timing's the same on the shot, but just being able to relax the forearm and the wrist a bit more with that initial backhand, and then start the bat from a more horizontal position for the second one, more direct one.
9, 7.
But here, Wang Yidi again, good receive.
So as Don Parker would say, business end of the game here. He Zhuojia, Zheng Jian watching close. Always cool to see the players area. Hope we get a peek in there more throughout the match.
Let 9, 7.
I was told that He Zhuojia is Sun Yingsha's best friend. That she said in league matches, Xia will take 2 points for the team. I have to fight hard just to take 1. Because we can't rely, basically, can't wait for others to do our job. The step around, it's what you were waiting for, Fraser.
Yeah, just a bit more conviction there from Sun. Again, not playing with too much power with the backhand, but nice probing shots and growing in confidence throughout the rally.
It's funny, the little bit of side spin on that might have been enough to make the ball come back just wide. If that's a straight topspin shot, Wang Yidi's block is right into that backhand corner. Fine margins here, 1 point game now. EpiPen time. This rally is nuts. The speed in these shots. Xia pulled out the Thor's hammer. The forehand came out. And Wang Yidi with Captain China's shield.
Awesome. Awesome. The angle on that last one was sublime. Did so well to tolerate, to brace for impact there, Wang Yidi, and get so many of those back.
Fans marvel at these rallies. 58.8% on serve for Xia, with 2 of every 5 for Wang Yidi. 9 points apiece, the last 2 serve combination to the player who's got the serve advantage. Well, now the net recovery was crazy.
As it was in the last point as well. But on this last ball here, Wang Yidi out the middle, playing with additional rotation.
Her right foot was in the air. She had to lift it just to make space for the racket. You do what is necessary to get the job done. Toes on the line here. 9 serving 10, game point ED. And she pressures her consistent, the wall on the backhand, using it to cover the middle as well. And you can feel the unsettled stomachs in the arena. Wang Yidi's lovely, no doubt about it. But if you've got your favorite, if you're part of a fan club, I understand. As a spectator who sits neutrally here to enjoy the sport, I will tell you, this is getting really interesting. Has the time come? It's been 5 in a row. Is she overdue? Well, it's going to be a question of what happens in the best of the next 3 games. You like races? Well, hey, this is a race to 100 wins. The WTT women's singles field out here. Xia in front by 4, ahead of Miwa Harimoto, 16-year-old, 8 years the senior. It's crazy to think that Xia is 8 years older than anybody who's this high up in the food chain. 87, none other than Wang Yidi. 9 behind Hina Hayata just there. Hi, Coco. Good to see you in the glam. Acting cool. He's so good at pretending like he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It's like the Ninja Parade. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I think I have.
Yeah, but you never saw them.
No.
I know.
That's the thing.
Oh, good effort.
No.
Yeah.
Quadri Aruna-like chase there. Just a little smash back to 2014. But undying effort here. Wang Yidi, slow spin gets the net. And a steady block with placement. Good camera angle to really demonstrate how far she had to go.
Seeing a lot of reoccurring patterns here of playing into that backhand side and then sort of, you know, making it a guessing game with minor adjustments, but tempting the opponent to pivot, leaving the table open. Who bites first, and when they do, how hard will they bite down?
2-1.
But my goodness, you would not have seen this coming. The first 2 games, 11-2 and 11-5 to Sun.
Two all.
The waistline tested on this one. Wang Yidi leaning way out of the way. just like her shirt here. There's one, two from the middle. The fitness that it takes, Xia finding that pinpoint precision between the forehand and the backhand to force her opponent just off balance enough to get the point.
Let 3-2.
Nicely played there from Wang Yidi. Came around the side of the ball with the flick because it was to the sort of mid-region of the backhand. Good proactive play, fires the forehand in as well. Feels like a while since we've seen a forehand cross-table winner.
Yeah, both of these players very secure, know the value of keeping their space at the table, the valuable real estate, playing efficient strokes. Nice, a little bit into the elbow, and Wang Yidi finds some and creates some trouble for Xia. And from that camera angle, you could even see she slowed it down a little bit more shallow, and it forced Xia to change her rhythm, hold up for just a moment.
Ooh, wow, one of the touches popped up high there. Wonder whether there was some residual topspin on it, or if Sun intentionally just came in with a more open racket face. But Wang frustrated with that one.
I've got some stories for you. They're all human after all, but the level of precision that these players and control that they have is mind-blowing.
5-4.
The story is, I had a lucky net in Vietnam against one of their top two players and celebrated it as a joke. The next point, first ball, any guesses what happened? He hit a net ball and won it. And he raised his hand to apologize, but gave me a nice smile and look. Smart play, shortening up the strokes. Xia in near the table. So Zhuo watching on, taking it all in. Nice to see her just relaxed a little bit. Good to see her on the table as well, but it's sometimes fun seeing the players in different elements.
Yeah, different scenarios, letting their hair down.
Figuratively and literally. You and I were both just sort of waiting on that one. 4 serving 6. A little bit off the top of the net. Xia extending her lead. Look how many there are. Oh, finally, there's a human without a Xia poster. But she was probably taking video for the Xia fan club.
Momentum-wise, this is a huge game. I mean, it seemed like Wang Yidi was coming into it with a lot of momentum here, and she was.
7-5.
Have you noticed any changes in the Xia game, really?
It's funny, I hadn't been thinking about it, but on the fly, man, I was just thinking about some of the guests that are here and thinking about the control and everything we've been talking about. But changes from Xia, I think she's playing a little bit more compact. Think about the few points where she was burned on the wide forehand early in this. That's a reminder that you need to make sure you're in position and that an 80% quality shot that keeps you in the point is better than risking if you can't finish.
8-5.
Funny, a lot of coaches in the beginning stages will tell their players just keep the ball in play. And at a certain point, it needs to be more than that. But the point remains that if you put the ball on the table, at least you're giving your opponent the responsibility to make another shot. On top of the bounce, smothering parallel, Xia up by 4 in a game that could be crucial to the outcome of this match.
Well, compact's the word for this one here. Not easy to play a parallel after your opponent plays cross-table. Abbreviated stroke, awesome.
She was in the air too. Paragliding parallel with some momentum here for the world number 1. 6 of the last 8 points. Ah, burn. Love it. inside-out forehand wide. Wang Yidi with a beautiful combination of shots there.
It's the kind of shot that if that's played in a club, everyone's like, oh my goodness, jaw dropped. And these players do it on a match-to-match basis. Nuts. EpiPen.
Indeed.
6.
And 4 game points for a 3-2 lead. Handcuffed into a push that comes long after that baseline push. Xia earns herself the opening attack. She's got the serves to do it should she need more than the first. Meo Lanfei, do not waste an opportunity. Xia gets a chop block out of Wang Yidi. And the Japanese youngsters in the crowd alongside Coco. Again, we've got a youth event here. We had Para Class 8. Everybody, the best in the world, coming together across many different categories of the game. But the best in the world, bar none, hands down, no asterisk in the women's game. Yingsha takes a 3-2 lead. Game number 6. We'll see what happens next. Reminder of how amazing last year was in Chongqing. I'm looking through my photos. The WTT champions Chongqing is back in its 2025 edition, March 11th through the 16th. I'm booking my flights, and you should be getting your tickets very soon. WorldTableTennis.com/event list. Xia, Wang Chuqin, Fei Fei, and Hina Hayata. You want to see the stars of the game, the top in the world? Get up close and personal. It just keeps getting better and better. WTT putting on the best event I've witnessed yet in the WTT era.
That's a big call.
Yeah.
It was great.
Still going.
Yeah.
1 love.
Good early out to that wide forehand here. Wang Yidi, Baby Buddha, keeping it cool as she does. Now, Fraser, you talked to me a little bit. We talked about friendship, Hezhuo Jia here. There's a team spirit, though, and Hezhuo Jia is not the only friend of Xia. You were telling me about Wang Yidi?
Yeah, I think when Sun beat her in the final of Macau, she said, I'll treat Wang Yidi to a nice dinner. It was a good final. They're just a great team spirit, and we even see Team China stars warming up with each other before a match against each other. It's interesting as well. I was thinking about why Lin Chidong is playing with Wang Chuqin, and well, the obvious answer is, you know, they're the top 2 players in the world, but is there a bit of thinking on the coach's side, you know, give them a common cause?
Oh, interesting. That's a very interesting take. I like that perspective. I think also generation. You want people partnered up with people they're going to be able to have a lasting relationship with to really develop. And while there's 5 years between the 2 we just mentioned, there were probably 5 steps, not really, but this is an incredible corner-to-corner combination from Xia. Moves back into the table. This is the speed that makes you start to think, what would happen if Xia and Kwai Man battled tomorrow? I want to talk more about that Chinese mentality, by the way, team building.
1-4.
Here's how I think of it. I don't know when you were a kid if you ever got in a fight with someone and then you were sent to the corner, you had a timeout or had to do trash pickup. 12 of the last 16 points, by the way, for Xia. If they make you do it together, it's like you're handcuffed to your opponent, so to speak. You grow a lot. And it reminds you what's important. And China is a very community-driven culture. It's not about the individual, it's about the team. That's why you'll see players like Xu Xin that are thrilled to be the third member of the team in any summer event. Just sort of, it's an honor. And Ma Long the same. I'm here for the team. And they all are playing their best all the time to push the others to get better. Xia will not relax, even with a 3-2 and a 4-2 lead in this game.
4-3.
No, well said, my friend. I get that feeling myself as well, and I think a lot of fans don't always expect that in a way. But I think that, you know, one thing to take is that the coaches are very mindful of the happiness of the players. It's not as robotic as many people would think.
Three, 5.
I think language barrier is also a big part of that. The Chinese fans know very well the intricate details, mannerisms, nuances of the personalities of all their stars. They work hard, but if you don't speak the same language and you can't pick up on the details of their interviews, social media, the fun stuff. I ran into a few of the players in the hall earlier. And you might have seen on TV some of the young guys on the men's team messing around with each other the way middle schoolers would in a classroom when the teacher's facing the chalkboard or whatnot, if they still have those. Anyway, there's a lot of personality here, a lot of character, but there's a humility and a work ethic that's unmatched. 4 serving 5, Wang Yidi.
Oh, good adjustment there off the slow spin. Wang centers herself with the backhand.
Yeah, it's a nice combination. After that first one where she steps around a little bit, moves back in to keep herself covered.
I think she does that because Xia had tried to play that slow spin, so one was expecting her to build on that with more power.
There's a fine awareness here of where you're leaving yourself exposed in any moment in this game at this level. Nice placement, this one. Xia right into the middle. And that feeling when you've been bullied, when you've taken the leap towards the carrot on the string, but it just keeps getting farther away. Xia making her move. 1 point in front here. It's a must-win for Wang Yidi to send it to the decider.
Stop. No flash, please. 6-5.
You see all the posters at the top of the screen waiting from the fans, the VIP seats.
6.
A little bit off the top of the net in the first, but a good follow-up. Don't let it slip when you get an opportunity. Wait, sorry, I wasn't ready. Can you guys start over? I want to be involved. Can you imagine one person? What unison, the synchronicity of the fans here. It's just like the wristbands that they wear.
Just to put it out there, in all of their meetings, 13 of their overall meetings, there's only been one decider between Wang Yidi and Sun Yingsha.
You mean to tell me statistically it's unlikely that this goes another game?
That is exactly what I'm trying to say.
Dude, I know you well.
Yeah, you do.
6 serving 7 here. Wang Yidi trying to change the stats.
7.
So far, so good. Unlikely is very, very different than impossible. And players need to know that. For everything that ever happens, there's a first time. But not everything will happen. Not in our lifetime. But Wang Yidi in a decider, very possible. 7 points apiece.
8-7.
Backhand just a little bit spinnier, shallower, and Wang was perhaps waiting for something that never came. Just skidded into her crossover there.
Again, the table, when it's backspin, the ball will bite. When it's topspin, it will accelerate quickly. Love a good table that offers such a good kick. Well, now, speaking of kick, right down the line. This one right through. The opening was not a big one, but just enough at this level for Wang Yidi.
You don't notice it as much with the backhand because players are square to the table.
Please play.
But there was actually a little bit of rotation with the waist coming into that shot from Wang Yidi. Helped to generate additional spin.
Last time we had 2 women playing in the women's singles event. Both were from Team China and both got a yellow card on the same point. And I want to talk about that because I've been commentating table tennis for some time, and I've seen a lot of Team China women versus Team China women over the last decade. And the amount of time taken between serves, it's surprising to me we don't see more yellow cards. But there's a reason that they take so much time, because it's so crucial that they have absolute clarity of what their plan is to set up their third ball attack.
9-0.
Last 2 serve combination of this game, and it could be the last points of the match. Yingsha making her move back in here.
Float serve. Sun doesn't add any backspin to that ball, and Wang tries to push long, quick and heavy off a no-spin ball. That's tough to do. That's why in doubles you see a lot of float serves tight. Wow.
The extra spin from the middle. Wang Yidi on 2 occasions back-to-back pulls that right leg just out of the way to make space for the forehand. Keep your eyes on it. Here's one, right leg back. Again, see her replanting. Wow, Sha put it in an uncomfortable place. Game 6 is not over, but it's 1 game point for the world number 3, Wang Yidi. Yidi does it. Yidi to the D, to the side, to the der. Never before have they gone to a decider?
Only once in 13 matches.
Well, this is time number 2. We'll see whose palms are sweaty out here. Their knees are strong, no doubt about it. Grab those snacks and healthy beverages and tell your friends if they can bear the sight, if they're not weak in the heart, that they should be watching this right now. Women's singles semifinals. Game number 7 to follow.
Time. Seventh game, Sun to serve, level.
Do you have your face on the bottom of your racket? If you're Sun Yingsha, you do. You also have a 73% chance of winning based on your deciding game, 64 if you're Wang Yidi. 9 percentage points is a lot in a moment like this. A good start here for the player who's not the favorite statistically. Now, we've had a lot of incredible, remarkable, memorable matches so far in this Singapore Smash. Kanak Ja came in, I think, 18% lower in deciding games and dominated the decider. So 9%, half of that, Wang Yidi wouldn't be out of reach, wouldn't be unthinkable. Tough rally here, more arc on the ball than we've seen in quite some time, and you can feel the nerves, you can see it.
Yeah, they want to see her fight against Kwai Man. A lot of these fans.
The royal her, the her at the top of the food chain. Oh my goodness, the tears. You might run out of water. It's still early in the decider. Hold the tears.
2-1.
It's a great push from Wang. So quick, comes into it. No giveaway with the foremotion. Could be a touch, but jabs through. The decider, the only decider that they've ever played. Wang Yidi did win it, 11-8.
2-0.
Now that's an interesting statistic. We got the stats about how they do generally in the decider. You can feel it. There are going to be tears no matter what throughout this arena. The drama. Will they be tears of joy? Side spin comes in, and Shasha knows exactly what to do, uses it, plays with the same direction as wide as can be for the win.
Got in down the line, the X's and the H's on the tables. Beautiful, that angle there. To cancel topspin, you can come round the side of the ball, and to cancel side spin even more so.
I'm not into cancel culture so much.
3-0.
But when it comes to spin, hey.
Yeah.
I hear you. 3 points apiece. High arcing shot sits up a bit, and this is a very unusual way to win a point. But again, this is probably the second time I'm referencing my Hina Hayata handbook. Wang Yidi was in a very memorable seat for that match. What, 19-21 in the decider?
Yeah, it was about
4-3.
Only time they've ever been in a decider, you said it, it was Wang Yidi 11-8. Still a ways to go here. Variation in the spin game,
Timeout.
Wang Yidi. And a timeout on Shasha's side. Remember, Wang Yidi used hers in game number 3 after 2 game points were taken back. Man, finger mustache here for Coco. Been the personal coach for Shasha for quite some time. Now with Wang Manyu no longer in the race, to my knowledge, Sun Yingsha should still be world number 1. But she hasn't taken this title in 2 years, 2023. And for the responsibility of not just herself, the entire coaching staff behind her, but the rest of the team, to make sure that they rise and that she challenges them, continuing to win will be crucial. There they are, the squad, the Chinese Taipei team, the Chinese team, the Japanese in the front, players watching on. Again, that team spirit, it's not just discipline, it's morale. Chinese team spirit, they live
4-3.
together. It's family. Family with 4 back from Shasha's timeout. Wang Yidi with her second serve. And from this camera angle, we can only tell by the crowd in that given moment that this ball will not come down on the table, but the rally, we can see how fast it is. Shasha doing a wonderful job to recapture some space in this point.
Yeah, again with that abbreviated stroke down the line, it's amazing. She knows there's a lot of pace on the ball, doesn't need a big form motion, just keep the bat high, stay low.
I wondered what would happen if someone called Wang Yidi Jiao in here. And now we have our answer.
5-4.
So they will switch sides of the table. The momentum in the very small sample set of points recently. Sun Yingsha, the favorite. The idea is right. That shot comes down, it's trouble. Some foreigners feeling really good right now.
5-4.
I'm sure fans around the world who don't speak Mandarin as a native language, their first, have always wanted to lead thousands of fans to a cheer like that.
5-0.
I say it because we just heard it happen. 5 points apiece now Talk to me, Fraser. How you feeling?
Feeling nervous here. It's been an amazing match, and you know, it's the first smash of the season, first smash of fall. This is going to be a statement for whoever can make it through.
Well, speaking of through, hot knife, warm stick of butter, sharp knife, whatever it is, she's on top of it. Shasha crunching with all those rows of teeth that you saw there. One backhand, the way she just re-grips the racket. You could see it in the slow-mo between. She's so ready.
Yeah.
People often ask, do they change grips between forehands and backhands? Sometimes they change grips between forehands and forehands.
7-5.
Moving ahead now, the timeout so far has paid off. Shasha in the driver's seat, but she's got a tailgater.
Came straight through that float serve there. Wish I could lip read, but I'm sure Wang Yidi wasn't happy with the serve. It was deafening in the Infinity Arena. Look at the fans, my goodness, they're praying that the world number one can get through here.
Oh, man. That one came in hot and came out steaming.
It's a ruthless, ripping combination here. Wow.
It's like the higher you stand, the farther you fall. The ball comes in that fast, and if the opponent can get the racket up, comes back that much faster. Wang Yidi changing up the rhythm, bringing Shasha stepping in. A little bit more shallow, a little bit slower. When you have it done to you at a major event, you learn. You don't want to be on the receiving end without an answer. 7 points apiece. On the line, this one is as near the end of the racket as can be. So quick and snappy, that backhand. Watch where the ball contacts.
And did you see before as well, she touched with the backhand from the extreme forehand side.
A little bit of backpedaling there, clever pattern.
This
is interesting here. Neither player having a great success behind serves in the last few points.
We've seen some percentages, some stats throughout. Interesting. See everybody in the arena stand up to look after hearing a bang. You look over to see what it was. Probably just something heavy dropped on a hollow floor. Big backhand using the length of the table. Safe, secure, and speedy. Shasha sets up a 1-point lead on her serve. Now this is big because she doesn't want to give the serves back for the last 2-serve combination to Wang Yidi. That lasted one more shot from Wang Yidi than I thought it would. And it sets up 2 match points for Shasha to meet the defeater of the defending champion here. The one who eliminated Wang Manyu, none other than yesterday's birthday girl, Kwai Man. I like her name, but that definitely tests the ears. 2 match points for Yingsha. Not yet. Wang Yidi's got other plans. A big all-in forehand leaves the open table, and cross-court Wang Yidi holds her ground, steady as she goes with that short stroke.
That is immense composure, that, from Wang Yidi. Against basically any other player would have finished the entire match.
Second serve here, second match point for the world #1, Sun Yingsha. And she saves too. We've got deuce in the decider. The only player in this head-to-head who's ever won in a decider has just saved 2 match points. They will alternate serves until one player has a 2-point lead. Serve success right now, Shasha, with exactly 11% better on the serve. It's her turn. That was big. Third ball backhand, Krianga-like backswing and follow through here. No mercy, and it sets up a 3rd match point.
Just when you think there might be some doubt, I mean, that shot, crystal clear in the mind from Sun what she wanted to do. It was all in the vision of it, and what a peach it was.
Wang Yidi serving for the 3rd time against match point. And there it is, Shasha closes the door, and it'll be tears of joy for thousands of fans in the arena and watching home all around the pale blue dot. Sun Yingsha was tested, and she's gotten her revenge in the decider. A tongue out from Wang Yidi, who played some incredible table tennis, but that won't be remembered as well as the one who moves on to the final. It's tough when you put up such a good fight and can't quite cross the line. World #1 is not that person today. She has crossed, and she will meet the defeater of the defending champion. It'll be a battle of the leader of the table tennis world, Shasha, and the next in line, the next generation's leader, Kwai Man, in the women's singles. What a match this was. It was a tough act to follow, Fraser, but I think they did their job.
Oh, I think they did. That was a nail-biter. That will probably be the closest match of this entire Singapore Smash. She was tested. Boy, she was tested. But when the going got tough, she got going. Disappointment for Wang Yidi, but the streak continues for Shasha against the world #3. Great match, Adam.
6 in a row. Shasha demonstrating how to keep your cool. The eyes watering, the fans getting what they want, and we will have an absolutely full house for the women's singles final tomorrow, no doubt about it. Where Shasha goes, the fans go as well. From the sparkling eyeshadow. She's a wonderful photographer, by the way. I was gonna say, not a dry eye in the house from many here. 12-10 in the decider, 11-9 in the one before. Wang Yidi with some serious momentum, but the overall points